Well, alrighty, so today I'll be getting into my Brave and the Bold collection, and Brave and the Bold originally started as a way for DC to kind of showcase new ideas and test the waters outside of the main titles that they had, and it very quickly became a Batman team-up book, so most of what you'll see are Batman-related titles, but the original Brave and the Bold run before it became a Batman-centered title does have some cool stuff. It actually had the original Suicide Squad before it sort of evolved and became Task Force X that we know today. So definitely some cool hidden gems. I only have one book from the era prior to it being a Batman title, and that's a really cool one. It's probably one of the bigger keys of this run. And it is Brave and the Bold number 60, which is the first actual named appearance of the Teen Titans, and it's also the first appearance of Donna Troy, so definitely one of the cooler, bigger keys from this run, and I'm so happy to have a copy of that. So yeah, that's the one I have from before Batman. So then jumping ahead a little bit, we have Batman and Metamorpho. This is issue 68. And that's a cool one. I love the look of that cover. And you got some of Batman's other rogues down there. Okay, and then we have number 74, which is The Metal Men. This one's another really cool, fun, kind of zany cover. Then we're dipping into a little bit of Neal Adams. I went to a convention over the summer, and there was a guy who had like all of Neal Adams' covers. So I settled on one, and it was the first one that he did for Batman. Some say this is the first work he did on Batman, and I hear, a few different books going around, but either way, this is very early Neal Adams work on Batman right there, and it is a Batman Spectre team-up in issue number 75, and I just love that. I love anything to do with Batman and the Spectre and Neal Adams, so yeah, this is a perfect book for me. I was very happy to find that one. And then another Neal Adams one, we have number 79, Batman and Deadman. Can't go wrong, it's another character really like, and Neal Adams actually was the original artist to draw Deadman, so what better person to do that cover. Very cool. And then we're going ahead one more issue to issue number 80, and we have the Creeper, and that's a character that is really cool. I want to know more about. I don't really know that much about him though, so yeah, but I was happy to get all of those. Those are all of the Neal Adams ones that I have. And then we're getting into a couple Nick Cardy. This is another one of my favorite artists from like the Silver Bronze Age to collect. And so this is issue number 91, and it's Batman and Black Canary. That's a pretty famous cover. A lot of people really like that one. You got Batman and Black Canary there. That's a cool one. I always love Nick Cardy's art. And then this one's a little faded, but still cool to have. Another Nick Cardy. And this is issue 94, Batman crossing over with the Teen Titans. And you got Batman there in a concentration camp for adults. Very goofy, fun stuff there. Okay, and then we have an anniversary issue number 100. And we have Batman and 4 famous co-stars. So very cool. Looks like we see Green Lantern, Black Canary, Robin, and Green Arrow. So extra special, jam-packed anniversary issue. Can't go wrong with it. Then jumping into the Jim Aparo era. The rest of these books you're going to see were all Jim Aparo art. And I absolutely love it. He definitely killed it with these covers, with his style. Very perfect for a book like this. So that was Batman and Joker right there. There are a couple Joker ones. And then we have Batman and Man-Bat. That was such a cool one. I didn't even know this one existed until I found it out in the wild. So love that. Gotta love Man-Bat. And that was issue 119, by the way, the Man-Bat one. Then we're jumping to issue 130. This is another 4 famous co-stars. And we have Green Arrow, the Atom, Joker, and Two-Face. So got some heroes and some villains. And it's a bondage cover too. So that always makes things better for some reason. You nerds are freaks. And then we got Brave and the Bold 134, Batman and Green Lantern. Of course, those are like my two favorite characters, so I'm always happy to see them cross over. Then we have 137, Batman and Demon. Another, one of my favorite characters right there, the Demon. So, yeah, that's a cool one. And there is another Batman and Demon crossover from Brave and the Bold, and I don't have that one, so definitely hope I can snag a copy of that soon. These are all pretty easy to find, pretty cheap books. They're pretty much like dollar bin books. Most of these I got for less than $5 a piece, except for like some of the Silver Age ones, but I mean, that first one I showed you, the Big Key, I got for $5. So these books definitely slide under the radar of a lot of people. We'll just put it that way. And then we have 139, Batman and Hawkman. I believe this was a dollar bin pickup, yeah. One of the shops I go to, Queen City Bookstore, I shout them out all the time. They got a bunch of these Brave and the Bolds in, and they were so excited to show them to me because they know what a Batman fan I am. So, yeah, I definitely went a little nuts on those. So, this one is number 141. It's another Batman and Black Canary crossover, and you got a great Joker cover there. So, love that one. I just love the expression, too, on Batman and Joker. Very detailed. Absolutely love Jim Apato's art. And then we have 142, Batman and Aquaman. It's a pretty fun cover there. There's one that Neil Adams did with Batman and Aquaman. I'd love to get that one. And then we have, this one doesn't have a number on it because this is actually a Whitman reprint, and I don't normally pick those up, but I think when I got this, I didn't actually notice that it was a Whitman, but oh well, for Brave and the Bold, I don't really care that much. I believe this is issue 144, though, and it is the Unknown Soldier, and it has very, very offensive symbols that people like to collect for some reason, so yeah, that makes it cool. Always like weird kind of war stories like that. Okay, and then we're getting into an anniversary issue. I always love picking those up. So we have Batman and an unknown guest, and I have not read this book, so I don't know who that is, but I absolutely love anniversary issues. I love that cover. I love that you have, some older Brave and the Bold covers in the background, and then Batman just right up there in front. So yeah. 150. And then another Batman and Green Lantern. This is 155. And this one's really cool too. I always love covers that are like in space like that, where you get that galaxy sort of look. Very sweet. And then you got Batman and like a bat rocket back there. $163, Batman and Black Lightning. It's a character I don't really know about, so I have to read the book and find out, I guess. Got Brave and the Bold 169, crossover with Zatanna. It's always fun to see those two working together. Batman and Guardians of the Universe. Of course, I love Green Lantern, so kind of a Batman Green Lantern crossover in a way. Had to pick that one up when I saw it. Very interesting to see that team up. And then we have one that Matt likes comics. If you're watching, I'm sure you'll probably be able to tell me something about this. This is 179, and it is a crossover with the Legion of Superheroes. I know Matt is a really big fan of Superman, and he loves the Legion, so I'm sure he knows all about this book. I didn't even know I had this one until recently, actually. I think I got this in like a bundle, and I found it when I was digging through some other stuff. So that's cool. Definitely want to check out more Legion of Superheroes stuff. So next we're getting into 184, and this is Batman and Huntress. Got Huntress back there, got Batman, and Batman is saying some very not Batman stuff right there, so wonder what's going on with that. Next up, this is a rough copy, man. I went to a convention recently, and this was like a 50-cent or quarter book. As you can see, man, this is rough. This is definitely the roughest looking of the Brave and the Bolds I have. This might honestly be one of the roughest looking books from this era that I have, honestly. But still cool. Batman and Rose and Thorn. I mean, it's Brave and the Bold. It's not like these are like key books or anything. So just for reading purposes, I'll always pick up fun stuff like that I'm collecting for cheap. So yeah, rough looking copy. Not the prettiest thing to look at, but I'm sure as long as all the pages are intact, I will have a good enough time reading it, and I will enjoy it just as much as I do the other ones. And then we have 191, another Joker one, and you got Penguin down there, so I always love the Penguin, and this looks like a really fun book. Okay, we're getting to the end. And so we have a Batman and Spectre. This is issue 199. And yeah, I always love stuff with the Spectre. So, very nice. And then the last issue of the run is issue number 200. And this is Batman crossing over with Batman. This is Batman crossing over with Batman. It's either Batman of the Silver Age or Batman of the Golden Age. I always have to pick up the anniversary issues. And I've heard this is a really good read. I have not read a lot of these Brave and the Bolds. I just have not gotten around to that. These are, kind of lower on my reading priority list, but I definitely want to go through and just sort of binge all of these at once because this is fun. These are just so fun to me. I love seeing some of my favorite characters sort of team up together, and these books kind of fall under the radar of some people, It doesn't matter what the key significance is to me. It doesn't matter, whether there's a first appearance or not. Like, I love the fact that I have the Teen Titans book. Like, this is one of the coolest books that I have in my collection right now. But for me, just looking at something like this and just seeing, just some of these fun crossovers between characters I love, like, it just makes me happy, even if there's nothing important that happens in the book. I just like the stories. I just want to read more stories like this, and so I'm pretty proud of that little collection I have, and I hope to add more to it over the course of the year. It should be pretty easy since they are pretty cheap to find. I see these in dollar bins. I see these books for under $5 all the time, so shouldn't be hard to add. I really want to get more of the Neil Adams covers. I think out of anything else in the run, I want to at least complete Neil Adams' set of covers. That would be really cool to me. Some of the stuff before Batman, I'm not necessarily that interested in collecting personally. Maybe some of the Suicide Squad stuff. I actually have over here, I'll show you. I actually have a Silver Age omnibus of the Suicide Squad, and back in these days, the Suicide Squad started as kind of like a team of like monster hunters. Like they were kind of going after like kind of like these crazy like dinosaurs and stuff like that. Like very, very silly, goofy. It wasn't the team we know today. They weren't led by Amanda Waller. It was not a group of criminals. And yeah, it was just really kind of weird, goofy, off the walls type of stuff. I haven't opened this. I've had this for a long time. And so it collects Brave and the Bold 25 through 27. And then 37 and 39, and some stuff from Star Spangled War Story. So definitely a little bit earlier in the Brave and the Bold run than what I have and what I normally collect. But yeah, that's a cool cover there. You got the X and you got a dinosaur dude up there. So yeah, so I do have, the Suicide Squad run just for reading purposes. If you have any of these books, if you have anything you want to add, let me know in the comments. I always appreciate reading it. I always love hearing the insight of people in the community. So definitely do that, and look out. I think I'm going to be doing Batman next, so I'm not sure if I want to do pre or post Crisis on Infinite Earths first. So stay tuned for that.